Good evening. Welcome to the July 1st, 2024 meeting of the Stillwater City Council. At this time, I will call the meeting to order, and I'll ask that you all stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3 on our agenda is the consent docket. Councilors, questions, comments, items to remove, or action on the consent docket?
Please pull item I.
Item I is removed from the consent docket. Further action, councilors?
I move approval of consent excluding item I.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve consent minus item I. Please vote. The vote of 5-0, consent docket minus item I is approved. Councilor Harden.
Yes, I had a question about the air service agreement, and I talked to Christy about that. Can you share some with us, Christy? So my question involved the OSU participation in this agreement. Could you enlighten us to how much they're providing this year compared to what they did last year?
So our current MRG agreement with American Airlines is a 2-year agreement with a total liability of $5.2 million to the city, and OSU's proposed share under this MOU is $1 million over that 2-year contract period. In the prior contract, the city's overall 2-year liability to American Airlines was $4 million, and we had a similar MOU or agreement with OSU, and their max liability was $2 million over that 2-year period.
So last year was $2 million some, this year is quite a bit more than that for the city part.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Can I do the math on that? 3.6.
I'm not going to ask you to do the math, but so has there been more discussion? I mean, why did they back off on that? Do you have any idea?
So we did have several conversations. The MRG did go up quite a bit this year. That did have to do with the larger plane.
Right.
And so that factored into the calculation in the agreement. As far as why OSU chose not to participate at the roughly 50% that they have in the past, I do not know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chrissy, just to be clear, those numbers, so like under the old MRG, it was $4 million over 2 years
Yes.
was the max liability. How much did we actually end up having to pay?
So under the last MRG, we paid about $1 million, just over $1 million, and so then we invoiced OSU for about $500,000.
Okay.
Um,
So the goal is to not actually have to spend all that money.
That is
If
correct.
we can keep our rider.
That is correct.
percentage
Also,
up.
under the old MRG, American was using a much larger plane, but they honored the original formula in the agreement, which was based upon the smaller plane that they were using at the time that we entered into the agreement. So the numbers are a little bit skewed just because they were using kind of an old formula for probably at least half of that agreement term.
Do you have a sense of what our numbers look like right now?
Yes, so we haven't received an actual bill. They just bill us quarterly. American bills us quarterly, but we have received preliminary numbers for the first 2 months, and that is roughly $250,000 in total. And so I do anticipate paying out more under this agreement, and then we would then invoice OSU for half of that, up to the $1 million.
And that amount you said was for just the first 2 months of the agreement?
First 2 months.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's not for the March through June
No.
4-month period that they had, that was outlined in the agreement?
Correct.
Okay.
Christy, I think you just mentioned something there that may be helpful to understand too. So do we bill OSU a percentage up two, or is it, how do we
Yeah, so
bill them?
the agreement's structured so that we share 50% with OSU up to their max liability of $1 million.
Okay.
Thank you for your answers.
Thanks, Christy. Counselors, action on the item?
Move to approve item I on the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item I. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, that item is approved. That takes us to item 6 on the agenda, which is resolutions. First up, 6A, Resolution CC-2024-19, a resolution of the Stillwater City Council authorizing and approving the submission of an application for fiscal year 2024 Oklahoma State grant for airport improvement with funds administered by the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics for airport terminal improvements at Stillwater Regional Airport and approving the required sponsor match.
So this resolution is based on the fact that we have a total estimated cost of construction for the new terminal building of Stillwater Regional Airport at approximately $18,592,300, and staff believes it to be in the best interest of the city to continue to pursue all grant funding opportunities available that are eligible for this project. Currently, ODAA has a terminal building grant funding program that is eligible, and so in approving this resolution, the airport will be able to make application for those grant funds in the amount not to exceed $1 million. The ODAA participation is up to 50% of project costs, but it doesn't exceed $1 million. The sponsor participation requires a dollar-for-dollar match for every dollar of grant funds, which means that the city match shall not exceed $1 million. It also approves that the mayor or vice mayor is authorized to execute all necessary project documents and grant documents to conduct said project.
Counselors, any questions? Is there action on the resolution?
Motion to approve resolution CC-2024-19.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, resolution CC-2024-19 is approved. Item 6B is resolution CC-2024-20, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Stillwater, Oklahoma, authorizing foreclosure of portions of easements dedicated pursuant to separate instruments located in the northeast quarter of Section 35, Township 20 North, Range 2 east of the Indian Basin Meridian, Payne County, State of Oklahoma, generally located west of East Rogers Drive and south of Marie Drive in Stillwater, Oklahoma, as set forth in the case of KMR Development v. the City of Stillwater et al., Payne County District Court, case number CJ 2024-282, and authorizing the mayor, city manager, and special counsel to execute and approve all orders and take other necessary actions with regard to the above referenced case. This one is handled by our special counsel, Beth Ann Childs, and we received some information. This is a easement closure that has to happen through the court, and we've gotten approval from special counsel and from staff that this is in order and needs to happen so that those easements can be closed per the court action. Further questions about this item or action on the resolution?
Motion to adopt resolution number CC-2024-20.
Second.
With a motion and a second to adopt the resolution, please vote. With a vote of 5-0, resolution CC-2024-20 is approved. Item 7 is ordinances on first read. 7A is ordinance 3539, an ordinance amending the Stillwater City Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 31, Municipal Court, Article 1 in general, by adding Section 31-40, Assessment of Municipal Court Technology Fee, repealing all ordinances to the contrary, and providing for severability. Ms. Carnley.
The city attorney's office was asked to review municipal court costs and fees. The court clerk had requested consideration of approving a technology fee like many other city courts have adopted. This is an ordinance approving a technology fee for the municipal court. Implementation of technology to support digital tickets and other technology used in the operation, prosecution, and administration of the municipal court has increased costs to the city. State law authorizes imposition of fees such as this one. Many cities across the state have approved a similar technology fee as a best practice and as reasonable to offset the increased costs of the technology used by the court. The revenues generated by this fee would be used solely to support the technology that is utilized by the court, and I'm happy to answer any other questions you may have.
Counselors?
So basically, the bottom line is that every traffic ticket's going to go up by $20.
Yes, it's applicable to citations, but not to parking tickets.
Right.
Do we have an estimate of how much this will generate in a given year?
I don't have that information, but I'm happy to bring that to second read if you would wish.
How long have we been using the technology that this is? I mean, this seems like something we've been doing for a while.
Yeah, again, I'd have to go back and look at when we implemented our handheld digital citation devices. That's probably about the time that we implemented new computer hardware and software to support that system. The increases of technology have continued with digital cameras and the body cams and all of that that's tied to central technology that's utilized in prosecution in the court.
Okay. Counselors, further questions or action on the ordinance?
Motion to advance ordinance number 3539 to second read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to advance the ordinance to second read. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, ordinance 3539 is advanced to second reading. Reports from the officers and the boards. Anything further, Ms. Carnley?
Nothing further.
Ms. Meek?
We hope to see our community this Thursday, July 4th, at Boomer Lake Park for Stillwater's 30th Boomer Blast Fireworks Show and celebration. Festivities will kick off at 6:30 p.m. with food trucks, music, and more. The fireworks show will be approximately 20 minutes and begin around 9:30 p.m. Event goers are encouraged to utilize crosswalks and Kamioka Trail depending on where they park. Since it will be hot, please also remember to hydrate. We will have the splash pad available in Payne County Health Department's comfort station. Reminder, boat and vehicle access to Boomer Lake Park will be prohibited and Harnd Avenue will be closed 4 to 11:30 p.m. Lakeview Bridge will also be closed from 7 to 11:30 p.m. No vehicles will be allowed in the park after 4 p.m. For an event map, location of handicap reserved, and general parking and more, go to stillwaterok.gov/boomerblast.
Always a fantastic event, and there's always something that a lot of work goes into by city staff and a lot of folks here at the city. So we appreciate all the work and all the fun that will be had this week. Vice Mayor?
I'm so excited I have this one. This is something I do every weekend. Looking for fresh produce, flowers, farm fresh eggs, homemade breads, canned goods, and more, then you do not want to miss the Stillwater's Farmers Market on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Prairie Arts Center. Saturdays also feature porch pop-up shops alongside the market and the free community art studio project from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. For a list of summer events and opportunities at Prairie Arts, go online to artcenter.okstate.edu or stop by the center at 1001 South Duck Street.
Excellent, thank you. Councilor Hawkins?
July in Stillwater means Crazy Days. Please save the dates, July 17th through 21st for Crazy Days. This is Stillwater's annual largest community-wide retail sales event. From Lakeview Point and Pioneer Square shopping centers to the Strip and downtown Stillwater, there are many shops offering summertime sales for all ages. Some stores feature sidewalk sales, some have sale racks located inside, and some will have both. For a full list of participating businesses, go to visitstillwater.org. Also, at the Visit Stillwater entity office, there is Crazy Day swag. Crazy Day swag. Available at Visit Stillwater. Quantities are limited. There's t-shirts, bags, and other types of swag. So go get you a Crazy Day t-shirt and spend some dollars locally in Stillwater.
Thank you very much. Councilor Clark?
There are many big projects and roadway projects under construction throughout our community. To see updates on projects, road closures, anticipated completion dates, and more, go online to stillwaterok.gov/projects. Also, both Block 34 and Fire Station Number 2 have live construction cameras that can be accessed from the same page, so we can see progress in real time. If you have additional comments about projects listed or not listed on the webpage, please email Communications Director Dawn Dodson at dawn.dodson@stillwaterok.gov.
Thank you, and I know those projects have been recently updated to make sure that the completion dates. I was downtown, well, earlier today and this afternoon, and there's a lot of new concrete poured on 7th Street, 8th Street, so hopefully we'll see some completions on those projects here pretty quick. Councilor Harden.
Yes, Stillwater Police Department will host a national night out on Tuesday, August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Southern Woods Park. This is an annual community event to build and strengthen relations with the Stillwater families, friends, emergency responders, and other organizations and businesses. There will be games, food, and fun. And if I'm not mistaken, there might be a chance to dunk a police officer at the dunk tank. If Stillwater business would like to sign up to be a vendor, please contact Lieutenant Lowe, terry.lowe@stillwaterok.gov, and he pronounces his last name Lau, I believe. Save the date, and we hope to see everyone there.
I think the city manager gets in the dunk tank too.
Oh,
All right.
I'll buy a ticket for that.
That's true, right? Well, I will remind everyone that City Hall is closed this Thursday, July 4th for the Independence Day holiday. Trash and recycling that are normally collected on Thursday will run on Friday, and Friday's collection route will be picked up on Saturday. Happy birthday, America. I also want to point out, since Nicole's sitting here, it reminded me that, and with the Crazy Days reminder, the Ring the Registers promotion that Visit Stillwater has got going, where if you spend $50 anywhere in Stillwater, including during Crazy Days, which I think it's doubled, you get 2 entries. You just need to provide a receipt to Visit Stillwater, and they'll enter you to win 5 different $500 gift cards.
5 $500 American Airlines.
To American Airlines, so which is great because we want you to use the airport too. So, yeah, anytime you're buying stuff in Stillwater this month, and twice during Crazy Days, you can get entered for that promotion. Go to visitstillwater.org to get entered and to read more about it. Did I get that right? Good. All right. Anything further? Questions, inquiries on the City Council? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn the City Council. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, Stillwater City Council is now adjourned. At this time, I will call to order the Stillwater Economic Development Authority meeting for July 1st, 2024. First, we have a consent docket. Trustees, questions, comments, or action on the consent docket?
Motion to approve the consent docket?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve consent. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, the consent docket is approved. Seeing nothing further on the agenda, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn SEDA. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, the Stillwater Economic Development Authority meeting is now adjourned. And at this time, I will call to order the Stillwater Utilities Authority meeting for July 1st, 2024. Trustees, questions, comments, or action on the consent docket?
Move approval of consent.
Second.
Motion and a second on consent docket. Please vote. The vote of 5-0, the Stillwater Utilities Authority consent docket is approved. Any items, no other items on the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn SUA. Please vote. With a vote of 5-0, the Stillwater Utilities Authority is now adjourned, and that concludes our meetings for the evening.